Hi, we're back, and what we're getting ready to do now is to pull the airplane out. And so whenever we handle an aircraft, especially a cap aircraft, we want to make sure that we use safe handling techniques. So unfortunately, I don't have a lot of cadets here with me, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of this work myself and making sure that everything is going to clear. But I'll give you a taste of kind of what we're looking for and some of the times that we can have trouble pulling an aircraft in and out. So obviously the first step is to make sure that where we're taking the aircraft out is clear. We don't have anything that's going to get in our way. We don't have anything we're going to bang into as we're pulling this out. Because as I'm pulling this out, my back is going to be to where I'm going. I'm going to be looking at the aircraft. The other thing that's very important is to make sure that we put the door up high enough. Now in a V-tail like this, I don't have to have as much height, but if I had a T-tail or even some of the bigger airplanes, I don't want to bang my vertical stabilizer up here on the door and damage it. So I've made sure that my box is open. I've got a good place to go. Now the other thing that I want to do is I want to make sure that I don't have anything in front of the wheels of the aircraft or the aircraft proper that are going to get in the way of me pulling it out. So I'm going to visually walk around, especially the front of the aircraft, and inspect. So I saw one of my cars over here, but I've probably got a good 2 to 3 feet between the wing and the car. So I've got plenty of room over there. And on this side, I've got a truck over here. But again, I've probably got 2 to 3 feet between the wing and the truck. I can look down this table and say there's nothing on this table that's going to hit my wing. I've got plenty of room. Okay, so with that being done, I've made sure I visually inspected the area. I'm clear. I don't have any hazards either in the hangar or outside of the hangar. Now, what I'm going to ask Cadet Myers to do is to make sure that there are no hazards that arise as I'm pulling the aircraft out. And if she sees, for some reason, obviously she wouldn't be videoing as she was doing this, we're taking a little artistic liberty. If she sees that I'm going to hit the propeller or the tail on the door, she's going to say, stop, knock it off, stop, stop. Or if I'm going to put a wing into one of the truck or the car, or I forgot to take something out here and I missed it, or something back by the tail and I'm going to hit something. She's going to be looking for that, and so am I, which is one of the reasons why when I pull this out, I'm going to face the airplane. That's why we needed to clear our area. Okay, so when we get ready to move, we're going to make sure that everybody's where they need to be. All eyes are going to be on the guy that's actually moving the airplane out and giving the commands. I'm going to go ahead and remove the chalk from the front wheel. I've got my tow bar secure on the aircraft. So she weighs about 2,800 pounds right now. One of the pitfalls that I'll get into as I pull the airplane out, and as you pull an airplane in and out of a hangar, is that almost every hangar has some kind of lip on it. Almost none of them are flat. There may even be like this is a weather seal or a rail if the hangar doors slide back and forth. What tends to happen is if you don't pull it out fast enough, the airplane will get caught coming up that rail or this incline or on this ledge, and it'll kind of stop it or make it want to rock or kick back. The other thing that can happen is if you bring it out and it's a little sideways, one of those wheels will hit first and it makes the airplane want to move even more to one side or the other. So we're going to watch for that, and especially the point where those wheels get on that, and make sure that we've hit them both about the same time and that we're mindful that if it does shift a little bit, we're not going to hit anything. Okay, so with that, understanding those are our hazards, we know our clearances, we've got a clear place to pull the airplane out. I'm going to go ahead and get the tow bar, and give it a good pull, and start pulling it out. Nice and easy, I'm looking the whole time. I got a front wheel that's coming up on the slip, so there's a little acceleration, there it is. Still looking, got 2 back wheels we've got to pick away. A little pull, and we hit them both at the same time. Now, waiting until I clear the hangar to turn. Okay, I've got the tail out of the hangar. I've got nothing left to hit. I don't have anything coming up here. I've got a cadet watching for me. I'm going to go ahead and start turning the airplane. I'm going to get it into a position, especially if I'm going to start it, where the prop blast isn't going to get into anything behind me. So I don't have people standing back there. I don't have objects that can easily become airborne standing back there. I'm going to remove my tow bar. Again, we'll be just about ready to get in and fly. Before we do though, I'm gonna go put this tow bar over here. I'm gonna grab my fuel strainer and I'll show you what straining the fuel looks like. Always put my tow bar in a place where I can see it. Okay, so what I'm using to strain the fuel is just a little plastic piece, and I insert it into the fuel tank strainer and it'll fill it up with fuel. So come here, we'll see what that looks like. So I went ahead and already did them, but I'm gonna show you how to do one of them. So I'm coming in here into the strainer, I'm gonna push up and twist just a little bit, and it's gonna fill up with fuel. Okay. Now, what I'm looking for is if it has water in it, water is heavier than fuel, and the water will form a little line down here and it'll be clear below. What I see right now is all blue, looks like fuel, smells like fuel, and it's the correct color. So it means it's the correct grade. Blue means 100 octane, low lead. That's what this aircraft burns. If it was yellow, then they'd put jet fuel in. If it was all clear and didn't smell like fuel, then we've got a bunch of water in it. We got to get that out. So this looks good. I think we're ready to fly. We'll catch you here in just a second.